Hi everyone, it's Benjamin's Bay here, bringing you another LEGO video. Today we've got this vintage remake set, a Perilous one, as I already mentioned in the last video. This is the remake of the Perilous Pitfall. The design here is again available in the .io file this time, as well as the part list of course, via the link in the description below, so you can go ahead and create it should you desire to do so, but you may want to check out the features first. Let's just take a look at the original. Like here is an old photo I made. Originally I built the set as it was kind of intended in design. So you can see it here on the left. We got the raised base plate, we got that rolling trap there, just some other features, but it didn't really work out. I had a couple of problems with this set. The raised base plate was particularly one of them. I discovered that I personally do not like raised base plates at all because they're super expensive, relatively speaking. It's difficult to get them in good condition, like there's always some random dent or something, and they're fragile, so you have to be very careful when building with them. Of course they do add a lot of mass. You can immediately see the difference when we go back to the previous photo, but I decided to just skip that and condense the whole build. So just one big 32 by 32 base plate, a lot cheaper, already come the cost there. And as I said, because normally it was the 32 by 32 and the 16 by 32 together, now it's more condensed, just one single base plate. Let's just start here. Down below you can see one of the main changes, the bridge there. If you remember from the original set, there was actually a bridge piece that could be raised up and then the boat could go underneath it. But I didn't really like the bridge piece. It was blocky and expensive and difficult to get in good condition. So I just created this bridge right here. I believe they used this technique in another set from Knight's Kingdom. And again, the bridge is no longer going from the boat to like the corner, but instead going to the platform there. And then here is the front, the cannon there, the ship rack, still largely the same. Filled in the gaps a bit more, just a few more details there. Not too much. We got the dinghy there, the rope bridge as I said, and it leads up to the small section here. And then there's a ladder that goes to the top with our first minifigure. From that platform to the large tower that we'll see in a moment. I was kind of like, what do I add there? Because again, no raised base plate, so there's a gap now. And I also no more trapdoor piece. I thought, well, do I really need to add anything? Why not just have it that it's like a dangerous snake pit? And that the minifigures actually need to jump or climb via the rope. And there's a monkey here that's just stole this guy's banana. I suppose they could climb that way. But now let's get to the tower. Here you can see the overview. Some parts you might immediately recognize from the original, others have been changed. Let's just start at the bottom here. The prison cell, still with the spears, really love that idea. So no need to change that at all. Here's the interior, a little bit of a change here though. On the left, first of all, the original prison was not really secured very well. Like there were too many gaps in my opinion, so it would be easy for a minifigure to just escape, but now I've closed the gaps and I also added a ton of those bars there. And you can see here what it looks like from the back. This is also from an original pirate set. I don't know, is it a Lagoon Lockup I believe? Where they also use technique and I really like it. Having the bars there combined with the arches. So I thought I'd use that too. Here's another photo of that. Okay, let's move up to the tower. We've got, of course, the treasure, the thing that they're all here for, the crown, with the leaves on the sides, just exactly the same as the original. No need to change it. The trapdoor piece there too, also as in the original. And of course, fully functional. Nothing too new or exciting there. And then we get to the rolling trap, which I completely omitted. Because if you remember, if you ever owned this set or you looked at it in a video, the rolling trap isn't very effective, right? Like there's this platform and you step on it and then the string is pulled down, which releases the boulder. In theory, you would be screwed then, right? But reality situation is, if you're ever traveling with someone else in this jungle, then that guy would get it in this trap. Like you would be fine, it would be the second guy. Because the rock actually skipped over it and it bashes against the base plate and it's just kind of weird. So I just completely scrapped the idea of that rolling boulder and just added some boulders there up top with another trapdoor. And this time you pull the pin and the boulders fall down upon whoever is unfortunate enough to be there at the time. So you got two traps. You can either drop them down into the prison below or you can drop rocks on top of them. Palm tree there, just as in the original there, just a few extras. And there's actually the bit that you need to pull out for the upper trap to work. So I try to incorporate it into the wall, not make it stick out too much. Actually similar to the one from the lower trap. So there you go, just a few tiles there. Another thing I would like to mention here is all of those green plates here. Some of them may be wondering, well, what's up with those? I really do not like the open studs of the burbs and lurps. Like, burbs and lurps in and of themselves, I do not have a huge problem with, but the open studs, that's kind of what throws me off, so I cover them up with something. I suppose ideally you would want to use the gray plates as in the original color, but they're a lot more expensive, and I thought green, well, you know, keep it simple, and it's kind of like moss or something has grown on those rocks, and I think it looks a lot better. You can also use the round flower plates, 1x1s, which would make it look a little bit more realistic. I kind of like this approach, but to each their own. Some of you may not like this at all, which is fine, of course. So let's take a look at the minifigures. As I said, just really basic. Again, mix and match. We do have a Harry Kane face there on the left, so I guess he's a pirate now. And then just your standard pirate on the right. Nothing too interesting about that one. If you'd like, you can also use the minifigures that I created for the Armada flagship and just add them to this mock. And then we're already back at the main photo. I have to say, this was a fun one. I originally wanted to completely scrap it and just give up on the design. Like, when I started with this, I was like, this is not gonna work. I don't like this design. I'm just gonna, you know, break it apart again and sell it off and sell the parts or use them for something else. And just take the loss, but I managed to work it into this, and I'm quite happy with it. It's now on display with some other vintage pirate sets. It's a lot cheaper, as I said. The original design is about 500 euros, like if you want to get the original set, and that's just your average condition. Like, it's not even excellent condition or with box or instructions, because then the prices go even more crazy. And this one, I'd say, is about 150. It kind of depends on shipping and handling, of course. So that's always a bit tricky to figure out. But it's a lot cheaper than the original. And I think it definitely captures the spirit of the vintage set. Feel free to let me know what you guys think. As I said, you can download the design in Stud.io. You can actually customize it before you upload the parts in your wanted list and buy it, should you desire to do so. There's a lot of parts here that are kind of basic and that you may already have in your collection. I still use the old colors here, brown, light gray and dark gray, but if you update those to the newer shades, you can save even more money, of course, for most parts. And there's also a treasure chest right there. You got a sneak peek there. If you stayed till the end of the video, you now know that there's a treasure chest with some round bricks, because I did want to keep them for an alternate build. That could be a new idea. Washing up on the shore of a golden beach. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.